What makes being a Christian so hard? Why is the percentage of Christians in the world so small? Many of us might not be continuing in the faith, pursuing Jesus, or being bold about what we believe because of the fact that we know we might be outcasted for it. We might be made fun of because of our faith and belief in Jesus. We might be labeled because of it. We might be rejected because of it. Persecution is a real thing for believers. It might not be what it is in other countries where your life might be taken from you if you profess faith in Jesus, but it is great enough where it is discouraging many Christians from proclaiming it. In this week's session, we will take a look at how to deal with people who are persecuting you because of your beliefs. A recent survey of persecution claims that every month, 322 Christians are killed for their faith, 214 churches and Christian properties are destroyed, and 772 forms of violence are committed against Christians. Although we might not face the same severe treatment, persecution is a real thing. The passage I want to focus on in this session is found in the book of Esther. And this book starts off with some marital problems between King Xerxes and Queen Vashti. After banishing his queen, King Xerxes begins to search for a new queen. At this time, Esther makes her way into the picture. She was a beautiful and lovely girl who was adopted into the family of Mordecai, her older cousin, when her parents died. Mordecai, hearing of the king's search for a queen, sends Esther to be presented with the rest of the women to meet the king. Mordecai's one advice to his cousin was not to tell anyone of her Jewish background. And long story short, Esther finds favor in King Xerxes' eyes and becomes queen. Some time passes when Mordecai discovers that two of the king's eunuchs were plotting to kill him. Mordecai then tells Esther, who reports it on his behalf to the king. These two men were killed, and it was recorded in the book of the Chronicles. After this had happened, the king then promotes a man named Haman into positions of power as the head of all the officials who were with him. All the king's servants who were at the king's gate bowed down and paid homage to Haman, for that's how the king commanded it. But one guy did not. That's right, Mordecai refused to do this, and this angered Haman. And so he plotted to destroy Mordecai, and not only that, but destroy all the people of Mordecai who we know were Jews. And so Haman brings this plot to the king and tries to trick the king by not telling him who he seeks to destroy. He tries to trigger a response from the king by claiming that a certain people of the land do not keep the law, and so they should be taken out. The king, threatened by a rebellion against his authority, agrees to this decree. Soon Mordecai would find out what was occurring and call his cousin Esther to help him face this threat for his life and his people. Esther, in response to the threat aimed at her cousin, and her people, prepares to bring this forth to King Xerxes. And now we find ourselves in chapter 5, where Esther must now make a decision on how to respond to this persecution. And throughout this session, I want you to think about how will you respond when faced with persecution? How can we choose to stand for God when the odds seem against us?